All right, good evening on this wonderful first Tuesday of the month here in June. Pete Redekop here, together with Hannah here in Winkler, Manitoba, rather than Playa del Carmen. It's just a real treat to be here. And of course, we've already had the privilege and honor of meeting some of our Manitoba brand partners. Karl, Krebs, and Margaret were amongst our very first stop, and they greeted us with open arms. We had a great time. I had the honor and privilege of meeting Jacob Wolf, Karl Krebs's newest manager, who just caught on fire. And you've heard about him in the Lifewave Success LiveYounger community, and him enrolling the owners of our health food store here, Honeycomb. So had the privilege of meeting Jacob, and that was real special. And we're planning on hearing from him tonight if he can navigate the Zoom thing and get on with us. And had a lovely meeting this afternoon with Betty Neufeld, who's also sponsored by Karl Krebs. And I met her before, patched her way back last year sometime. And wow, this lady has some incredible stories and an amazing thing to share with the Lifewave patches, what they've done for her, and how excited she is about sharing the message to everyone and with everyone she knows. Now, on that note, it's a little bit of a different environment here, being in Winkler, Manitoba, Canada, but I'm super excited just to be back here in Canada and just working with so many wonderful brand partners. We also had the opportunity to meet with Roger and Corolla here. They were out in the Winkler area on Sunday, so it's just a real treat. And there's a lot of buzz right now, ladies and gentlemen. Just so much excitement, and had a wonderful conversation with my amazing sponsor, Kai Jacobson, who I believe is on the call with us here as well tonight. Yeah, there he is. Wave there, Kai. Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Wonderful to have you here. And Kai, we are going to go back and forth a little tonight because the patching party thing is really caught on, and the concept of doing business via a patching party at home. The Robin and Gregory have been sharing about this on their calls, and I know your group, you have so many people doing patching parties. Maybe you could take a moment here, Kai, and just share a little bit from your expertise. I mean, I'm pumped to work with our community while I continue to support our Playa del Carmen, our Mexico teams, our Belize, and wherever they are in the world. It's great to have them with us. But being in Canada here now, we're going to get that hands-on approach here, working with our brand partners. And let's go back and forth a little bit, Kai. Let's share a little bit about this patching party concept. And I know Karl is super excited about that as well. And we had a wonderful chat with Betty today, and she is just pumped about this concept too. It is already planning her first one, and she asked a cool question: how many should I invite? As many as you can. 6, 7, whatever, 10, any number. Maybe Kai, you can share a little bit with us in regards to some experiences that you have and people in your group that are actually doing it and how business is going. Welcome, Kai.
Well, thank you, Pete. Sorry about being a minute late. I was making a smoothie, and I just so much wanted it. I was planting papayas and pineapples and mangoes in my garden. I was planting trees and stuff, and it just made me thirsty to make a smoothie. So I was a few minutes late. I apologize. Parties are a really fun way to build. I've done a lot of them, and it's really fun to go even into a new town as a leader, Pete, and be the guest speaker at these parties, and people bringing the parties at their homes. And as you said, you want to invite as many people as you can. I mean, the whole thing is just to get as many people there who have an interest, that maybe watched just the video and said, I'd like to know more about stem cell patches, or these light photobiomodulation patches. And the thing is at these meetings is you want to keep them short, fun, even have a couple little prizes, not too much information. It's just more about testimonies. It's really about the people that are using the patches and having great stories, people like Judy and Margaret and just, Corolla and Karl, and, all you tell your stories. And it's not about telling the facts and going into all the details and the science behind it. That people can do on their own. That's not that exciting to do at a party. It's really about people getting up, telling their testimonies, patching a few people who might be in pain right there, and see if you can get a quick result with people, and just end the party fairly quickly. That's the key. And the key is to do back-to-back parties. It's like, if you'd like to make a business with this, if this is something, if you just wanted to learn more about the patches and, maybe use them for yourself, that's the first part of the party. Try to do that in a half hour. I know it's really hard, but it's testimonies, stories, fun, good energy, bring as many people to get exposed to it. And then the key is to end that meeting and say, anyone who would like to stay around, who could use some extra money or would like to find out how to get their product free, or even perhaps make a part-time business with it, or even a full-time business, we're going to have a 10-minute meeting after this, and stay for that if you'd like. And if you don't, we're going to just spend 10 minutes just kind of meeting and greeting, and then we're going to go into the business part of the program for about 10 minutes after. And it's such a simple thing. You just basically say at that second part of the meeting, for those who are inclined to want to stay for that part of it, all you have to do is invite people to these parties. I'm going to start doing these parties every week. And the key is bring 10, 20 people, 3 people, whatever you can, as many as you can, and have your friends bring their friends, them bring their friends. And let's get this meeting so we have 50 people, and we have to maybe rent a little place to do it, not just outgrow my living room. Or we'll do quite a few of these. I'll do as much as you need me to. And if you bring people, about a third of them are going to want to really get involved in this. Not all of them, but it's just a numbers game. And all you have to do is invite people, put me to work for you. That's what I really want to do, is build a team. And we'll just do party after party and invite as many people and make everybody who's new, bring people to the next party. And that's what the business meeting is. That's kind of what it is. You don't get into describing the pay plan and going into the details of that. All that's boring and too much stuff. That's stuff they can do on their own, watch videos on their own. So keep them short, 30-minute main thing for the product and just sharing stories, 10 minutes for the business meeting, which is invite people, and we're going to do back-to-back parties. And within a few months, you could have a very good business going if you bring a lot of people to the party and encourage your people to.
Now, Kai, one question I would have with your experience and the people that are doing these patching parties, and we did them when you were in Playa del Carmen. Remember that? We had a room full at your suite there, and we just invited, and we started patching. What percentage of people do you suppose we should patch? Like, if someone's thinking, well, if I got a dozen people coming, should I patch everyone that's coming?
No,
What would your take be on that?
Brevity. You don't want to have an hour to 2-hour party. That becomes a marathon, and then people won't keep coming back. It's too much time. 2 people. You say, who's in most pain right here? Pain is a good thing to work with. Because you don't have to name a disease, and we get quicker results with pain than anything else. People aren't going to come up and say, wow, I felt my stem cells really working and my hair grew back, in a quick result. Pain is something that we can usually lower. And that's the thing I do at the patching parties, work on inflammation and pain. 2 people at the most, try to do that quickly. Try to keep the party, half an hour. You'll probably end up being 40 minutes, especially if you do a couple things. And then the key is to invite everybody back to the next party and have already planned when you're going to do your next party. And to do it fairly quickly is good. Within that week would be good. And the other thing is, tell people not to tell them to meet you at the party, but what time can I pick you up? If you're inviting people, plan on being carpooling, and then it's your job to pick up everybody and bring them to the party, and maybe say we'll have a little tea or get a beer afterwards, or whatever your group likes to do. But the key is, if you pick them up, they get there. If you invite them, only a third of them will show up.
That's very true, Kai, and we know that from experience, right? Because the last thing we want to do is set up our brand partners up for disappointment, because sometimes they go and they invite 10 people. That's all I have room for is 10 people, and they invite 10 people, and 1 or 2 shows up, and they're extremely disappointed. But you have to take that opportunity flip it and be super positive for the people that have taken the time to show up, unless you're doing exactly what Kai suggested, picking them up and bringing them with you, carpooling, and making it a fun night for them so that they can see in action what's going on, what's happening, and then repetition, doing it again and again. I know Karl has some great ideas and he's pretty excited about the concept as well. We were chatting about that the other day, and Jacob Wolf and who I'm not sure. Karl, is Jacob on yet? Just interrupt me if he all of a sudden does show up. I'm not seeing the attendance here.
Yeah, he is with us. I just want to build on some of the points. Keeping it simple is absolutely paramount. I was listening to a brand partner on I think it was a director's call, and she was going all out with food and she was all stressed out about all that. And the rest of us said, water, that's it. Just water. Keep it simple, because you'll be overwhelmed with anything else that you try to add. It complicates the event. It interrupts the event with food. People get up, they pick up some more food. They're not attention. Keep it short, keep it simple. The tools for the patching parties are all in the back. The sign-up sheet. You do want to capture this information when they come to you. We've had some patching parties, 100% of the people. It's possible that you get 100% of the people to sign up. So it really does work. And I can't stress enough how much we want to do it. Absolutely agree with Kai. Do one, and the next one right away. And for the people that are there, ask them to bring somebody, and then try to coordinate that on carpooling. Very important, very wise advice there is make sure that they show up. You know, this is old tech. This is old school marketing. This is Amway. This is whatever you want. You're telling a friend to bring a friend. And to that end, I want to welcome Jacob Wolf. He's our newest manager, and he's been with us for about 6 or 7 months. I think, Jacob, maybe it was November, and you quickly advanced yourself. I wanted to do the business, and your enthusiasm shows that. And so congratulations, Jacob. And I just want to give you a few minutes here to share with the group, when did it click for you? When did the penny drop that you looked at Lifewave and said, I see much more than just a patch that'll benefit me? So welcome here, Jacob. If you can open up your mic and share with us for just a few minutes how you got there.
Oh, good. Good to be on this call, and as the manager and stuff. No, for myself, it clicked when we had been trying to get Lily healed from some different pain issues that she was having on a monthly basis. And so after having been on the patches for the first month, the pain was diminished down to 1, and the next month it was down to 0. So customer for life, just with different stories of that nature.
Right. I remember you joining as a preferred customer, and you quickly moved over to brand partner. And you've been sharing it with a lot of people. What's your approach to people? How do you introduce the product to someone who's never heard of X39 and Lifewave?
How I introduce them is just to ask them whether or not they have any issues, any pain issues, or something within them that they would like to see better, or that they would function better if it was not there, and then just see where the conversation goes from there.
Excellent. You know, there are 3 things that the vast majority of people will identify with. Pain is certainly number 1. If you do a Google search on pain, it is the biggest issue people are dealing with. Some kind of pain in their body, chronic or acute. And there's issues of sleep. People aren't getting good sleep, and their energy level has dropped off. Like get up and go has gotten up and left. Are you running into those people? Are you keying in on those 3 issues as well? Are those other 2 issues as well, Jacob?
Oh, absolutely. Like with the honeycomb issue over there, like it was her, the owner's mom that was having a lot of pain and stuff in her back, where she couldn't do her yard work anymore, and so we patched her up, and within 2 days that she was putting in her garden, put in the neighbor's garden, and mowing the grass. So that kind of
Oh, wow.
sealed the deal to
Yeah, and
get.
for those who aren't familiar with Honeycomb, it is a well-established, long-time running business of nutritions and supplements here in Winkler. It's well known, and I have to say there was a number of us, Pete included, who at different times attempted to draw their attention, but you were successful. And I think that testimony part, that's got to be the key to it.
No, absolutely. Yeah, like with the results that her mom got, and it was within 2 days. So it was like on that same day that we
Excellent.
signed them up.
Yeah, and we were talking strategy, you and I and Pete, the other day. We want to sort of approach it in a good way. We don't want to be pushy. They are in the supplement business, and it's, you know, they're going to pay some attention to Lifewave, but the bulk of their business is that. But we certainly plan on having a few events there, some door opening specials, I guess, or something to be there and support them, because it will take some effort as you get the inquiries to show them. That's the training part. That's the support part. And you're going to be running point on that. And I'm going to be in behind you and Pete for the time that he's here, so that we, you know, create the excitement and the buzz and the awareness that this wearable technology is so easy to use and so affordable. So I'm looking forward to working with you on Honeycomb. And where are you going from here as manager? What's your next goal?
The next goal is the next goal to be
director, my friend. Let's get those managers Jacob on your left and right, and we can use a new director, that's for sure. And actually, as well, if I might share, you were able to cash in on the MAD money, the managers and directors incentive that Robin and Gregory have put out. So we got you in there. There was still a little bit of money there, and awesome. There's another. Yeah, so that's good news too. And you know, all of the incentives right now, guys, is about the next 3 months. 3 months to build your business, 3 months to make some money, and 3 months to cash in on what I think is going to be a very, very lovely holiday in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It's 60 points. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. Thank you, Jacob, for sharing. Let me turn it back to you, Pete, for your thoughts.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Really appreciate you sharing. And it was lovely meeting you. And would have been nice to see you on camera, but maybe we can get you there next time. But you know what? Planting seeds. That's something that every farmer, every network marketer does. And it's a seed that Karl and I planted in Jacob Wolf's mind the other day already. We met is with Honeycomb. Okay, where do you go? You got a product here. You've got a great testimony here. You've got these people. They're veterans of the space of the health and wellness industry. Where do you go? You plant a subliminal message, a subliminal seed in their mind, and seeds grow. One of the things that Karl loves to do, as we all know, is he loves to get behind the camera, and he loves to audition, he loves to film, he loves to make little short testimonies, and maybe at Honeycomb, a customer appreciation day or something like that, introducing Lifewave to their clients and having a little patching party right at the event there in the store. There's maybe not a lot of space. There's a hallway though, but you know what? These kinds of seeds, they grow. And when people are excited about a product, they're excited to share it with their customer base, their friends, their family, and food for thought, Jacob. So I want to congratulate you on what you're doing. And the Punta Cana points are going to start adding up for you as well as they do for everyone. And on that note, everybody's probably noticed at the bottom of the website, there's a Punta Cana tracker widget now. You can go down there. Don't worry, it's not totally up to date yet. It won't be up to date for a couple of weeks where the widget is working, but you will see your points down there. They may not jive 100% yet with what you have on your own tracking sheet. So it's really important to track them. And we're learning things about the Punta Cana and how you can earn points from the brand partners and the customers that you bring into business. And we also learned today, and Judy and I had this conversation. I'm going to ask Judy here to come up shortly and just share some energy with us here as well, because she's just on a tear right now. But we found out that when you upgrade someone, obviously, as Robin said, you can start them off as a customer and you get a point. You upgrade them to silver, you get a point. You upgrade them to gold, you get 2 points. Upgrade them all the way to diamond is 4 points. And we also found out that when you upgrade someone from even platinum to diamond, you get 4 points. There's 2 people that shared screenshots with me today. I thought that was not possible. I discovered today that is, so it's worthy of noting so that you guys do know you do get 4 points as well when they make the move. So if they aren't ready to make the big step from gold to platinum, you can do so in increment stages and still get your 4 points as long as they do it within the time window before September 1st. So we have an exciting 3 months before us, and we're looking forward to helping as many of you as possible. In my conversation today with Betty, it was so wonderful sitting down and with Hannah and myself and just connecting heart to heart with her. And even she's excited about possibly going to Punta Cana, because you see, anyone who's not even in the business yet can make it. It's so achievable. It's so doable. It's amazing when you look at what has to take place for you to make that. We're not here tonight to just talk about Punta Cana, but you know what? I want to just throw out the energy and the excitement that don't rule yourself or your brand new people out, because with a little energy, a little excitement, it's very contagious. It can really take off. Now, I want to turn the stage over to Judy Friesen. She's got some amazing energy going, and she's getting diamonds in, and she's making things happen, and just so proud of her as always, as I am of all of our leaders here in Lifewave LiveYounger success team. But Judy, you take the stage and just share some energy and what you're doing and how you're doing it, and tracking away, and just love the energy that you're applying. So please share, Judy.
Thank you so much, Pete. Karl has asked if he could just say a couple words before I get started, so I'm going to step
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Judy. I just want to acknowledge a new member here tonight, Nancy. She joined just a little while ago under Margaret, and Nancy is a well-established agent for Mary Kay in the area, and we're looking forward to working with her. So I just wanted to acknowledge her presence on the call, and we look forward to building her business, a business leg for Lifewave as well. So take it away, Judy.
Welcome, Nancy, and congratulations, Margaret. Way to go, girl.
That's great. Yeah, welcome, Nancy. And I also was noticing another person that we haven't said a warm welcome to, and that is Rubizilla. Is that how you say the name? And do we know who she's connected to? Who wants to introduce Rubizilla?
That would be Ruby from the Philippines.
Hi, Judy.
Okay, yes, Ruby, right. Really good. So that's Hannah.
Ruby Disa is my downline. She's from Philippines.
Excellent. Well, welcome. Welcome. We
Thank
just
you.
want to acknowledge.
Welcome. Thank you, Ruby, for joining the call.
Thank you also.
Good to have you. And I also wanted to welcome one of my brand partners, Lori. She is fast getting very close to manager. I think she has one more person to go, but she just messaged me and said she has a new customer. So I don't know whether they signed up or whether they bought off of your shelf, Lori, but you're getting very close, and Lori is going with me and rooming with me at the October convention. So our goal is to make sure that Lori is a manager by the time she gets there. But there's still a little bit of money. I think there's about $1,500 to $2,000 left in the matching that Robin and Gregory have offered. And I think Kai might be part of that. But I keep telling people, you know what, there's a little bit of money left. If you become manager, then you will get an extra cash incentive from Robin and Gregory's pot of money, but it's going very quickly. So that's good. Okay, just quickly, yes, I've been going through and combing through my entire list of people that I've sponsored in the past that have maybe stopped, maybe they've become just retail customers, because the company moves them out from being a brand partner if they haven't ordered. I think it's a year, or is it 2 years? When the 1 year, if you haven't ordered 1 year, you'll be moved back to, I think, a preferred customer, or is it that they move back directly into becoming a retail customer?
They become a customer, but it's not to the day of the year. They're not very exact about it, but
No,
it's
no.
written as a year, but I've seen people 14 months, 15 months
Yes.
being in it. So
Thanks, Guy.
you may lose them in 1 year, but it could go
Right.
longer.
So I really recommend to everybody, what I've been doing is I have just a simple sheet of paper, and I've been combing through my back office and looking at who are the people who haven't ordered for quite a while. Maybe they haven't ordered for a year or two, calling them up, seeing how they're doing, how they're feeling. I've got a list of all the silvers that need to go to gold in the next while, and I've just been working through each one of them and talking to them about what does their summer look like, and can I schedule a call to help them to upgrade from silver to gold, and what month would be good for you, I ask. And you know what, people are willing to say, and I say, okay, great, I'm gonna block you in on such and such a time. And that helps me to know how close am I going to be, so that I know in August how short will I be in getting my Punta Cana points. So I've got silvers to gold. I've got those who are golds who are willing to go to diamond. Some say, no, I can't do that much. So then I say, well, can we get you to platinum? And then I have a special deal for you to go from platinum up to diamond by September the 1st. By the way, Pete, you had said before September 1st, but I looked it up, and we actually have the day of September the 1st as our last day to get our points in. So so that's really good to know. And then I've got a list of all of those who are from platinum up to diamond, now that we know that we will get points for that, plus of course preferred customers. So there's a number of people who haven't ordered in the last year or two who have been put down to either preferred customer or even retail customers. And those are the people that I'm about to call next. But last week I was able to get a new diamond. And then just today I had lunch with this lady for almost 3 hours. We talked through a lot of stuff, and I had a great time. And I was wondering how I could talk her into letting me sign up for a diamond kit. And she said, no problem. I said, can we do it in stages, silver, gold to diamond? Absolutely, Judy. If you're willing to do the work and figuring out how many sleeves I need of what, then I'm all in. And by the way, let me pay for your lunch too. And I was going to pay for her lunch. So it's pretty neat to see the willingness out there that when these patches make a difference in people's lives, they are absolutely willing to not only continue, but to thank you. The next thing that I'm working on is going back to those who are happy brand partners and having a chat with them and telling them what I'm working on, that I'm wanting to reach out to more people. And I'm asking them if they could think of, just to start with, 3 people that they could refer me to. And I give them the option to say, we can do a 3-way call. We could have coffee or lunch on me if we're in the area, or we can do a Zoom call. But here's what I'd like you to say, because a lot of them say, oh, I can't introduce this because I don't understand, what to say. I send them a very simple little script so that it's an opener, like what Jacob did. He talks about people's health, and it is so simple if you give the people the tools so that it's a no-brainer. They don't have to worry and wonder. So I write out that little 2 sentences that I say, it's all you have to say. You don't have to go into anything. Just say, hey, let's meet with Judy. I'll be there too. So referrals are helping to grow my business. At the same time, I'm combing through my lists using that organization tab. I'm excited. And guess what? I just counted up my points, and I was just thinking, wow, I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 points as of last night, not with this lady today, plus the 5 weeks that we get a point each for staying at my rank, which is director. So I'm thinking, hey, you know what? I'm maybe almost closing into almost halfway there. And I would just love to see everybody on this call join us in Punta Cana. So it can be done if you just reach out and believe before you pick up that phone. Believe that people want to talk to you, believe that you can make a difference in their life and in the life of their children. And some of the people that are older, I actually ask them, what about your kids? They're getting to that age. And what about prevention? If they don't have any health problems, let's talk prevention, not to mention that there's an opportunity to make a residual income. All right, there's my little chit chat.
Wonderful.
Well, let me throw in a little bit more on that one, Pete, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
What Judy and I have also been working on is a weekly segment in which what she just said at the end, talking about preventative measures. We have been talking about all kinds of ways in which the patch is able to do so much more in conjunction with other things. And it's a weekly show on Thursdays called Age Reversing Health. And we are small, but we are starting to get inquiries by email from people that are genuinely interested. And I want to put this in front of the group here, that we are going to post those calls. We do record them. We're going to put them in the group and the advance notice of it. And if you have a testimony, or someone you have has a testimony, we've had a couple of people on the show already giving their testimony. That's a part of what we're doing. Age Reversing Health, talking about it, that is first of all achievable, it's doable, it's happening. Here's the evidence of it happening. So I want to just say it's a pleasure working with Judy on that as well. So we're putting that one out there as well, and encouraging you to if you can watch it, great. If you want to share it, it's shareable for you as well. Everything we're doing there is about you, is putting it out onto your platform and piquing people's interest. That's why we went with Age Reversing Health. It sounds too good to be true, but it's happening. So that's another tool that we have working with Judy.
Beautiful, Karl. And you know what? I've been tuning in. I've been watching, not all of them live, but get the replay for sure. And then commenting and sharing on it as well, because you know what? I know it's going to benefit even myself. It's going to benefit you guys. And Judy's already seeing results. And I think you've already seen results from that as well, as you told me, Karl. So sometimes it's just trickle in the beginning, but it really does start to come like a faucet down the road when the message really starts getting out there and it starts viraling. And you guys are consistent and keep doing it. So hats off to both of you for doing such an amazing job on that podcast, Age Reversal. It piques curiosity, that's for sure. Now, I want to shift gear here a little bit, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the strategies that I've been using on getting people upgraded. And Judy touched on it, and it's such a great thing to have a list like she had there, and she's sharing her list, the silvers that want to maybe go to gold, and the platinums that maybe want to go to diamond, or the bronzes, or the starters that we have. We all have them if we've been in the business a while. And if you're new, here's a huge clue. If people are undecided what to do, get them to make a commitment. Karl's got a really hot line going. Judy's got a hot line going. We all do. Roger and Kroll, I got a hot line going. Everybody has an area that's really buzzing in their group. And if people aren't ready to make that commitment, $25 starter. That's the magic word. No product commitment today, but you know what? Let's secure your spot. Let's get you in the binary here. It's really cool. It reserves that spot for you. And down the road, when you're not so busy, because if they say, well, we're too busy right now, perfect. Then let's slot you in here as a starter. Let's get you just locked in, and you can make your commitment after your vacation or after your holidays are done, or whatever they give you in terms of an objection. An objection is sometimes just people saying, I don't KNOW enough about what you're telling. They're not saying no to you. So you just have to tune in the frequency of I don't KNOW. Don't hear the word NO starter. And then getting them excited about whatever it is, your testimony. I mean, for me, I keep my patch very visible because the right side of my body is very important in my testimony when I talk. And I'm not going to share my testimony. I've shared it hundreds of times, and sometimes I feel it gets old. But when someone new hears the story, they're like, really? It did all that? Yeah, it did all that and more. And I continue to see results as I continue to use it consistently. And that's the key. But one of the things that I'm using for a business strategy for upgrading people is taking screenshots. And I've shared this with you, Karl. I've shared it with Judy and quite a few of you. if I have someone in my binary, and maybe they haven't been active for 6 months, a year, some of them longer than a year, I show them a screenshot with what has happened beneath them since they joined, whether it was silver or starter, whatever they are, bronze, the odd one, and they see 100+ people in the binary below them with a screenshot. You know what? They get pretty intrigued. Like, what? How did that happen? Well, it's called spill. It's called help from above. That means your upline in the binary have been very busy while you've been busy doing other things, and they have placed these people down beneath you. They're part of your binary. If you get activated and you sponsor one silver on the right, one silver on the left, you become binary qualified. And if you put a little energy into your pay leg, rather than saying weak leg, the pay leg, this the side that has so much vacancies, and you do a little work on that side, things start to change rapidly. And I've been able to successfully convert dormant people that have just been sitting there, people with tremendous potential, but haven't realized it yet. And all of a sudden, they're in the game. They're excited. They're taking off, quite a few people. And every time you upgrade someone, there's 2 more points if they go from silver to gold. And if you've got a list of those people, I mean, I want to encourage each and every one of you to look in your binary. If you're new, that won't apply to you. You won't have anybody in your binary yet, but yet you can very simply start tonight by putting out a few messages, putting out a few emails, putting a Facebook post out there. Like we had a wonderful conversation today with over coffee with Elizabeth, and it was so amazing because we taught her In Touch app, how simple it is just to click here, send a message, and boom, we got the message, click the message, she gets a reminder, view the website, she gets an email. Like, she was amazed at how simple this program really is, but it just takes a little bit of consistency. It takes a little bit of work, just doing it consistently. And that's the whole key behind it. And all of a sudden, everything starts to change. The tools often do all the heavy lifting for you. So the biggest word of advice I could give to anybody, and even our brand new people, just allocate a little bit of energy, even in the nooks and crannies of your life. If it's a half an hour a day, wherever you can, send a few In Touch app messages or whatever you do, however you do your marketing. Put a little post out, share Karl and Judy's age reversing health on your Facebook or on your YouTube. Give it a like, give it a share, because you know what? It'll come back to you in some way, shape, or form, because someone's going to maybe share it and they'll get intrigued. And all of a sudden, you will have people asking you questions. I've had it happen to me just by sharing Karl and Judy's link. I mean, it can happen to you. So just really appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm making ourselves both, Hannah and myself, very available for those in the Manitoba region, or even if you're not in Manitoba. 3-way calls are beautiful. That's how Kai and I built my business in the beginning. We were on that phone all day long doing 3-way calls, and it's powerful. So I just so appreciate each and every one of you. And someone's got their hand up. So Karl, take it away, my friend.
I just want to say that in approaching some of you, and Betty certainly was the newest one to step up and purchase additional product. And Todd Dubé, who's not on the call with us, upgraded from gold to diamond. Here's my commitment to those of you that are going to maybe hear this later or are on the call right now. If you're making that commitment to step up and order the product, and we're going to do patching parties, you're going to get my full undivided attention to support you in your home parties. I'm asking people to do 3 simple steps to get them interested. I want you to tell somebody about this amazing technology that you found out. I want you to share the LiveYounger.com link and the 2-minute video by simply asking them, do you have 2 minutes to watch a video? This is so incredible. The third thing, if they show up interested, 7 or more out of 10, patch them up. After that, I want to be introduced to them. I want to do a 3-way call. I want to invite them to something. And that's my commitment to you, because guys, I can't get to where I want to go until I help you get to where you need to be. And this is why we're doing this. It's an all-out push for the next 3 months as people are looking for reasons to get out, sit on a patio somewhere in somebody's home, That's my commitment. If you'll step up, I'll step in. You bring the people, I'll bring the party.
Well said, Karl. And sometimes in the network marketing industry, we look at the summertime as a really, really slow time of the year. It doesn't have to be that way. With what you just defined there, Karl, is stepping in, stepping up. That is the way to generate incredible momentum within your organization. Just because they're camping, just because they're busy, just because they got gardens happening and all these things are happening, they can use 10, 15, 20 minutes a day if you coach them and teach them, and they can build a thriving business. And just like Jacob Wolf, before he knew it, boom, it just happened so fast. You didn't even have him on your radar at first, right, Karl? And all of a sudden, he's a manager and he's bringing in some real quality people.
You know, I got to tell you about Jacob. And Jacob, I know you're listening, and I love you, man. I didn't see you coming. You were in the backfield, and I was making a turn on the track, and suddenly you show up and you say, hey, I'm talking to this person and this person, I got this one signed up. And then when you told me you did Honeycomb, I'll tell you, you blew my doors off at the finish line on that one. If we were in the same race, you absolutely smoked me by what you did. And here's the point, guys. It's been said before. It's not for everybody, but anybody could do it. It doesn't matter what your understanding of health and wellness is, or whether you know anything about peptides or any of the other things that we talk about. You will learn it as you move along. You pick it up as you go along, and truly you can do this. It's just a matter of being a student. And as we said yesterday, Pete, when we talked to Jacob, be here a year from now. You're going to see some amazing stuff.
Be here a year from now. There's things coming to Lifewave that's going to blow your minds. Stay tuned in, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to share anything about that tonight, but you're going to hear all about it in the coming months. So I think we're going to call it a wrap pretty soon here. But Kai, I want to just open it up one more time for you to give that 30,000 foot view, as I always love to hear more from you, being a senior presidential director. You hear many things that we maybe don't hear well in advance. I know you're getting ready to go on a trip here shortly, a cruise. Maybe share with us a little bit, Kai, on that note, and then we'll close it. And if there's any final comments, we'll go to Q&A offline. So really just want to say thank you. And Kai, give us the 30,000 foot view, my friend.
Well, thank you. I actually have a couple things to share, so I'm going to take a couple minutes if that's
beautiful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
One, you mentioned a cruise. I did win, Lynette and I won a cruise. I won 2 spots. You know, it's for the Greek cruise, for the Greek islands. So we're going to fly to Italy, to Venice, for the Lifewave cruise in Greece. And that was where you had to make executives in your, they opened it up to be anyone in your direct line of sponsorship, downline. You had to have 2 executives that grew, you know, that became executives. I had over 50. I had 50 executives that became during that period of time. So I won it pretty handsomely. So I'm very, very honored to be able to go on that. But this is what I wanted to say. There are two other things, and these are really important things about, I want to go back to the house party, the home parties. I was, my first company I was ever involved in, which was over 45 years ago, I really got into the home parties. And I flew down to Arizona to this new distributor that I was working with. And she was, you know, very assertive and loved to talk to people. And I said, we're going to get you a group of 50 people by the end of the week. I was there for a week in Scottsdale, Arizona. And so she invited 6 people over for the product, just a house party, very short, just like what I said, you know, carpooling there, just inviting people to come see and check out these body wraps we were doing. And there were 6 people. And then we presented the business meeting, separated after the party for just 10 minutes, like bring as many people as you can, carpool, bring them, do whatever you can to get them to come. I think the next meeting had 18 people. Like somebody brought 5 or 6, somebody brought 1 or 2, somebody brought none. But there was about 18 people at the next meeting. We did back-to-back meetings every 2 days for that week. And by the last meeting, we had over 50 people that had joined her business in 1 week, had joined and paid bought products and stuff like that. So you can go as fast as you want. I mean, if you do back-to-back meetings like every 2 days and get this rhythm and momentum, and then the last one, you know, have a guest speaker like perhaps Karl or Judy or Pete come, or at this point, Corolla is up and coming. You know, you could kind of have a special thing for the last meeting that you kind of build towards. And I encourage everyone to really use that tool of invite, make it fun, you know, make it quick and high energy. And you could have a very big group. You could win the contest in a week, you know, or in a couple weeks. It's a pretty easy contest to win, this one. And so for the one that you're going for, I never can say it quite right. Punta, what's the name of it again? Pete, you're muted.
It's
Oh,
Punta Cana.
Dominican
Punta
Republic.
Cana, Punta Cana, because I was living in a couple puntas around here. So I get confused with all the different, they're points. That means the point. Like we have one for palm trees, Punta Palmas, and Punta. We have a number of puntas here. But the thing I wanted to share is I kind of feel inspired about the group. I know I haven't been on the call for a while, and yes, I am participating in helping fund that contest with Gregory and Robin for managers and directors. The later part of it, I came in and took a big piece of that chunk. But I'd like to do a little special one for this group. And I was thinking, I have a really different contest, and I like doing different ones. And I'm going to take two of your top leaders right now, Judy and Karl, because they've been really kind of the superstars shining. So this contest is for you guys. And the contest is going to be for $1,000. And I'm going to kind of put you against each other. And it's not for who wins the contest first. And by the way, it's the full contest. The two is 60 points, I think you need for that, right? To get the 2 spots. It's for the first person in your personal line of sponsorship that you help win. If you help somebody in your group win, and whoever achieves that first before the contest ends, between the 2 of you, so you have to help somebody else in your group get the contest. So the person who you help is going to get the contest. So that's their prize. But you'll win an extra $1,000. Because I know you guys are going to make it to the trip already. So I'm not going to make it about who you win first. I was thinking I'd do that. I was thinking that's not very fun. That's not very exciting. You're already going to both be on the trip. So I would like to see you help somebody in your group. Somebody in your personal line of sponsorship. You know, you're on the same team in the binary, but you have different lines of sponsorships. And so whichever of you can help one of your people get the full contest, not the 40, but the 60, I'll give you $1,000 for the thing. And the people you help, they'll all get, you know, advanced because of the help that you give them.
Wow, thank you very much. That's very generous, Kai, and yeah, I appreciate that. I think just to be clear, you're talking about getting somebody in our team that was personally sponsored.
Not personally sponsored in your personal line of sponsor. I think you're both sponsored by Pete. You're both sponsored by Pete, so you have different lines of sponsorships.
Right.
I don't care who it is. It could be somebody on your 3rd level of sponsorship.
Got it.
So
Totally.
anybody in your line of sponsorship and anyone in Karl's line of sponsorship that you help win the full contest, whenever he wins it first, will make $1,000 for the trip. And the people in your group will greatly benefit by your support of helping. Now you really want to help them even more.
Beautiful.
Well, do it anyway, but I'm just making it more fun.
That's really exciting. It's very generous. That would be 60 points to get 2 trips and 1 flight, or 85 points to get 2 trips and 2 flights.
Oh, I see. Which would you like it? I'll go either way, whichever one. I was thinking the bigger contest, just to make it more interesting, the 85 points then when whoever of you 2 get one of the people in your group of line of sponsorship, not just the random people in the binary, but the people that you sponsored who sponsored people, because you will have overlap on the other way. So this one way you won't have overlap. You'll be working with different sets of people. Who get 85 points. The first one that you can help get 85 points, you'll get an extra $1,000.
Sounds like a big challenge. I'm not even sure I'm going to get to 85 points, let alone somebody else, but I'm going to work on it. And I take your challenge seriously. So thank you.
Great attitude, Judy. I love the smile. I love the energy. Kai, thank you for that incentive. So off to the races. Are you
Well,
up,
I want
Karl?
I want you guys to win, but the contest is 85. But if no one gets 85, if one of you, then we'll drop down to the 60. But the
Got it.
contest keeps running till it goes to 85. I want to pay the 1,000. I'm not trying to figure a way not to pay the 1,000. So if you get somebody who gets 60, you don't win it until the whole trip contest is over. And,
Understood.
and if only,
Thank you
and
very
then
much.
we'll back down to the 60. But the contest stays alive until there's an 85.
Excellent.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I don't know if Karl is able to speak or on because I think he's lost or whatever.
I think
But I
Corolla
know-
said he dropped off, unfortunately.
He
I
just-
think his
He
internet
just
was-
got back.
Okay, he's back.
not sure he heard about the contest, but if he hasn't, I'll explain it to him for sure. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Kai. Appreciate you as always. And Kai, you're just an amazing individual, and I just appreciate you just even for coming on tonight on short notice. So I love you. We appreciate you, brother. So it's wonderful having you here. Cameron had messaged
Well,
me. Come on. And, there he is. Karl. Are you able
Good
to
afternoon, my friend.
right here?
Yeah, I'm back on here. Yeah, we'll just end the recording here if you don't mind, and we'll carry on because we lost a little bit there. So thank you all for coming here. I'll just stop the recording.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.